Dear students, just observe this picture, just to have a deep look at this picture, and look at this picture also. And now identify the similarities between these two pictures, or what are the common words come to your mind, looking at the both picture. Let me show you again this one, again this one, and keep it in write it down, just 10 common words which come to our mind after seeing these two pictures. Now be ready for the one common word can be attention, because both are, it's not in a proper way. One is a traffic jam, another one is a pile of books. Maybe one common thing, it's both may indicate the tension. Now be ready for attention. Sorry, tense. Come. It will reduce all your tension in one of the major English grammatical issues. That's what we are going to learn today. Come, let us jump into the topic. Tenses. Please do not panic. Don't have any kind of preconceived notion, oh my god, grammar, it's so boring. No, it's going to be very fun-filled learning, and let us learn in a very fun-full way. Come. First, what is tense. You know the definition, but still, Collins Dictionary says tenses allow us to talk about the time when the action or state takes place. This is the dictionary reference. But in a very layman terms, simply tense is nothing but it's a reference of time in a sentence, and it is a heart of English grammar. Not only heart of English grammar, it is a heart of any grammar, any language. Tense is the basics to use the language, what you call, properly. And if you want to learn tenses, for that first you need to know the different types of verbs. Only after understanding the different types of verbs, you will be able to understand the tenses clearly. So these are the types. One is main verbs. In the main verb category, there are regular verb and irregular verbs, transitive and intransitive verb, auxiliary verb, be-form verb, have verbs, action verbs, and present, past, and past participle form of verbs. These are the major grammatical label of the verb categories. You need to know all these things clearly to understand the tense. First, let us come to the main verbs. Main verb means it's very simple. When you take a sentence, in the sentence, if the verb functions as a main verb without having any subordinate verb or auxiliary, model auxiliary verb, it functions as a unique verb. That is what we call it as a main verb. And under the main verb, there are regular, irregular, transitive, and intransitive. In the regular verbs, when a verb, when you add simply ed with that verb from the past present to the past tense, it will change from walked to walked, and past participle also walked. So for your clear understanding, when you add a simple ed rt with the word, and it goes with the similar form in past tense and past participle, that's a regular verb. Look at the irregular verb, second example. And if you take here, look at there, give, gave, given. So here, this thing, if you go in this pattern, it has to be give, gived, gived. So it's not going in that way, but it is going on entirely different way. That's why the changes, these verbs are not regular, it is irregular. But here, walk, only ed is added. So all those things are regular form. But here it is entirely new form. That's why it is called irregular verb. And transitive verb and intransitive verb, the verb is the same, but the transitive and intransitive verb will be, you will be able to understand based on whether the verb transfers the action towards the object or not. Look at the first one. He gave me a pen. So here, gave me, it is transferring it. So it's a transitive verb. His shirt is fine. So it is not transferred here. The shirt is fine means it's not, the verb is not transferring the action. That's why it is intransitive verb. Now come to the action verbs. Action verbs are always function as a main verb. Look at this sentence. The verb Sentence is here. He speaks the truth. So here speaks is the verb. Why it is action verb? Speaking is an action. So action verb is very simple. It denotes an action. Next, modal auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary and modal both are, you know that the meaning it says clearly. Auxiliary means it's a supporting. It is not a main verb. These verbs will come in to support the main verb. The examples are can, could, may, might, and etc. Then be verbs. There are only fixed be verbs in English. That there are 5: am, is, are, was, were. These are the 5 fixed be form verbs in English. Am, is, are denote present tense. Was, were denote past tense. And next comes the have verbs. This have verb also it will function as a main verb as well as auxiliary verb. There are 3 have verbs. One is have, has, had. Have, has comes in the present. Come in present tense. Had comes in past tense. See how these sentences, these verbs are used in the what you call as a main verb as well as auxiliary verb. I'll be telling you the later. And next to come to the present, past participle form of verbs. As already I've told you here, walk, walked, walked. The same thing. I have given another example. Go, went, gone. So here it's a typo error. It's walk, walked. So how it changes from present tense is the basic form of the verb. Past tense, you know that. It's just if it is a regular verb, you add ed. Irregular means it will take entirely a new form of change. Went and past participle. Then you may wonder here, what is the necessity of the past participle? Because if you do not know the past participle form of the verbs, you will not be able to use one particular tenses in English, that is perfect tense, present perfect and past perfect. You will not be able to use if you do not know the past participle form of any particular verb. That's why it is essential. Clear? Now look at this picture, and just you observe this picture. Just you form sentences. I'll give you probably 30 seconds time, and you observe the picture clearly. Okay. Now can you write 2 sentences using have verbs using this picture? For example, you assume that she is Preeta and she is Jenny. So you can say that Preeta has spectacle. Sorry, spectacles always should be used as plural. So Preeta have spectacles. Jenny has pen. So you have formed the 2 sentences using have verb. Now form 2 sentences using be verbs. Think. Yeah, you can go again. And Preeta is a manager. Jenny is a trainee. So you can use sentence like this. Preeta is a manager. Jenny is trainee. Now, so here the Preeta is manager. That's fine. Now Preeta is doing something. Can you guess what actions she is doing now? Correct. So Preeta is listening to Jenny. Preeta is listening to Jenny. So here the first sentence, Preeta is a manager. Second sentence, Preeta is listening to Jenny. So in the first sentence, Preeta is. The function of is a main verb. Second sentence, Preeta is listening to Jenny. Here is listening. Here is not a main verb. Only listen is a main verb. Is auxiliary verb. So is listening. So it comes here. The usage is present continuous tense. Preeta is listening to Jenny. So now you have, using this picture, you understood how to use the have verbs, how to use the be form verbs. The similar way you can, if I ask you to use the action verb, that's what she is speaking. You can say that Jenny is speaking. So speaking is an action, listening is an action. So that's what listening action verbs. In similar way, you will be able to use all those verbs what I have told you no, in the previous slide. For your reference, let me show you once again. So these are the types of verbs. And this is the picture given to you for identifying different verb forms. As we have done something, so you can have many things. Probably I'll give you the discussion box link where you can post all your sentences. Next comes usage of different verb forms. Though we have done what you call examples with the picture, now let us do with the sentences. There are so many. One first sentence you can read: I have a Honda City car. Sunil is my friend. I have bought my car last year. Sunil is doing his final year undergraduation. So you know that. Can you underline verbs in these sentences? Just quickly, let me give you 30 seconds. Just underline. Example, in the first sentence, I have a Honda City car. Have is a verb. In similar fashion, you underline the verb in all the sentences. 1, 2, 3, 4th sentence, 5th, 6th, and 7th sentences. Okay, I guess you have completed. Now the correct the verbs are: in the first sentence it is have, second sentence is has, third sentence have bought, fourth is doing, fifth is may join, and sixth is through, seventh is am teaching, and are listening. Now you can understand clearly this is a having verb. That's why I have a Honda City car. It's a have verb. Second is be form verb. It is. In this both these sentences, as I have already told you in the beginning, in the types of verb, have verb and be form verb can function as a main verb as well as auxiliary verb. In these two sentences, can you tell me whether it is a main verb or auxiliary verb? Yeah, it's a main verb. Have Honda City car. Sunil is my friend. Look at the third sentence. I have bought my car last year. Here, what is the function of have? It is not I have my car last year. It is I have bought my car last year. So here, have is not a main verb. Only bought is the main verb. The actual root verb of this bought is buy. It is in the past participle form. That's buy, bought. That's why it is bought here. So here the function of have is not a main verb. It is the auxiliary verb. Come to this sentence. Sunil is doing his final year undergraduation at IIT Madras. And again here is not a main verb. Only doing is a main verb. So is auxiliary, and actual root form of this doing is do. We have added ing with this because it is a present continuous tense. That's why it is doing. So I have given this example to tell you that how be form verbs can be used as a main verb as well as auxiliary verb. How having verb can be used as a main verb as well as auxiliary verb. Am I clear? Good. Now come to the next example. Sunil may join in his on-site offer at Australia next month. So here join is a main verb. May, it is auxiliary. Here it is a modal auxiliary. So modal auxiliary will normally used to tell about certain specific function, maybe a permission or request or kind of probability or improbability in similar way. So here it says that he may join. It's a probability. That's why we used to may as a modal auxiliary, then join as a main verb. Now come to the my friend threw a birthday party last week. Here it is a verb. Threw is a verb. And here what type of verb is this? Through is an action verb. He is giving party. So that's why we have given in another way. So it's action verb. And another example with the same verb you can understand. My friend threw birthday party. So here action is through to the what you call next is towards the object. So it is a transitive verb. Come to the last one. I am teaching grammar and you are listening to me. I am teaching. Again, am is the auxiliary, teaching is the main verb. So here present continuous tense, I am teaching and you are listening to me. So here it's am is not a main verb, are is not a main verb, both are auxiliary. Only teach and listen is a main verb. Why it is with ing? Because it is a present continuous tense. What are the major tenses? What are the major tenses? There are three major tenses: present, past and future. It's very simple, you know it clearly. And there are 4 types of sentence. All these present, past, and future can be you can fit into 4 types. That is simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. That means present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous. In similar way, you'll be able to create 3 into 4 type, 4 into 3. There are 12 tenses. And in this simple table, you can clearly understand the entire tenses. So first one is simple past, simple present, and simple future. Simple past continuous, past simple. You can understand the past continuous, simple past tense, simple past continuous, past perfect continuous, present simple present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Future continuous, future perfect continuous, and future perfect and future perfect continuous. And each one is given with the example, and you can read it. Just you try whether you are able to understand. So here you need to know only thing, if you want to understand the tense clearly, first thing you have to do is you have to identify the verbs. Identify the verbs in the verb in the sentence. You try to identify in these sentences verbs. You take maybe 30 seconds. Just try. Okay. Now, these are the exact verbs. You can see that in the first one, I wrote an email yesterday. I was writing. I had written. I had been writing. So here, these are the rules you have to understand. If it is the present simple present tense, the verb will have a past form. It's a past simple past tense, so it's a past form. Past continuous means verb plus ing, was or were plus verb plus ing. That's why it is was writing. Was is singular. If you use were, it will be a plural. Then perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. Sorry, not continuous, only past perfect tense. It's had plus verb in past participle. The rule of the past perfect tense is had plus verb in the past participle. That's why had written. And the rule of past perfect continuous is had been plus verb plus ing. That's why had been writing. To be clear, it's a past tense verb. Past continuous is was or were plus verb plus ing. Past perfect tense had plus verb in past participle form. Past perfect continuous had been plus verb plus ing. This is the rule. And present tense is the present form of the verb. Present continuous am, is, are plus verb plus ing. Present perfect tense have or has plus verb in past participle. Present perfect continuous have been or has been plus verb plus ing. And if you remember, similar, already I've told you that the past participle will be used in the perfect tenses. Look at there. All in the perfect tenses, if you take the verb, main verb will be in the third form. That's what past participle. Original form, present form is write, wrote, written. So in all the perfect tenses, whether it is present perfect or a past perfect or a future perfect, and the main verb will be definitely in the past participle only. You have to be very clear about that thing. And if you go to the future, you know very well, will or shall plus verb. That's what I will write an email tomorrow. And future continuous will be plus verb plus ing. And future perfect will have plus verb in the past participle form. Will have or shall have. And future perfect continuous will have been plus verb plus ing. This is the rule. So you have to remember these verbs, verb pattern. Please kindly make a note of verb pattern. That's why I've given in the red in all the verb pattern. And whatever the tense comes, accordingly you have to use the particular verb, and so that you will not commit any error. Clear? And next comes a picture. And look at this picture, and can you write maybe one sentence using present perfect, one sentence using present continuous, and one sentence using future continuous, another one sentence using future perfect continuous. For example, let me give you one example. Remaining thing you can write. All your sentences can be posted in the description box. I'll be giving a separate link. So assume that I am sitting here. I'm no. I will be completing this, reading this book within 1 hour. I'll be completing reading this. This is a future continuous. You want to use future perfect continuous tense. Assume now the time is early morning, morning 10 a.m. By 12, I will have completed reading this book by 12 p.m. or a.m., whatever the time you want to mention. I will have completed reading this book by 12 a.m. or whatever the time you want to say in the future. That's a future perfect. And present continuous tense, I am reading books in the library. You can use the present perfect continuous tense. I have been reading books in the library since I joined in this college. In similar fashion, you can keep doing so many sentences, and all other your sentences, write it down, and you can post it in the description box, which I will be sharing you later. Now I am going to play a short video, and watch this video again. You have to write only what are the all possible sentences after watching this video. Just watch it. Now observe the whole area. Then already you have watched one action in this video, and observe the whole area. You write all possible sentences using the different types of tenses, and you have to post it for your assignment. So write all possible type of sentences. For example, let me tell you, here there is a person, and there are walking, something is hanging, he is talking over the phone, somebody is buying vegetables, and he is the person bargaining about something, and another boy is walking, and the man is selling in this shop. So you have so many things, so you keep all those things in your mind, write as many sentences possible, and using all different tenses. Clear? And in this sentence, can you underline the verbs? This is for the practice. Okay, you can practice similar type of exercises taking the newspaper. This particular sentence I have taken from the newspaper. And have you done it? You can check whether you have done it properly. These are the verbs. So can somebody tell me what is this have failed? What tense here? Yes, it's a present perfect tense. What is climbed? If you use climbed as separate verb, it's a past tense. Was opening up? Yeah, past continuous tense. Cautioned, past tense. Opens up, present tense. Spell out, present tense. So in similar way, you will be able to identify if you use a lot of newspaper or any other material. Try to underline the verbs and identify the what type of tense they have used. Once you understand the tense clearly, and everything will be very easy for you to use in English. And these are the practice worksheets I have already given in the assignment, what you call practice sheet link in the description box. You can download these two worksheets, and you have to, if you have understood the tenses clearly, definitely will be able to solve all these two worksheets. This will help you to check whether you have understood. No problem. Even if you have some other doubt, you keep a note of it. During my next session, you can ask me before I proceed with my next topic. First, let me clarify your doubt, then let me proceed. Thank you. I guess you have really liked this video. And if you have any other question, don't worry, no problem. Just to keep note of it. Before I move to the next topic, first I'll clarify your doubt, then I'll go to the next topic. Thank you. I'll meet you in the next topic. Bye-bye.